Recording.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the inventory. I'm your host, Detective Johan, and with me today, I don't have my usual co-host because he's offline like a douchebag. And if he gets here, we're just going to at him and tell him to get in this chat. I do have my my semi-regular co-host. Tim's here. Why don't you say hi, Tim?
Hi, Tim.
Okay, fuck you. We've got a guest who's been on once before, Viz.
Hello.
And we've got a brand new creator who's hoping to get a character on testing within the months, I believe. And Dad, why don't you say hi?
Yo.
Okay, and Ed, since you're new to this podcast, why don't you introduce yourself? Talk about who you're working on.
I'm working on Pascal, and hopefully she'll be done soon. PM.
Alrighty. Yep, you've been working on her for a while. You've drawn her face completely, right?
No, her face is all default.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's her weapon, her overalls. Yeah, that's mostly it. Her weapon and overalls, they're drawn from scratch.
I've seen a lot of pictures of her poses that just didn't have faces, so...
Oh, that's her closed eyes I've drawn.
Okay, that explains it. Alrighty, well... let's go over what's been changed since the last episode. We have Kasuna AI has joined the main game. She was made by Napsu and Mouse, and a mouse model basically guarantees that you've got a good model going, at least. And Napsu's done a very stellar job working on the dialogue. What are you guys' thoughts on Kazuna?
I was actually planning on working on her with Mouse, but then just life stuff got in the way, and I handed her over to Mouse and or to Nopsu and MNASP. So I think they did amazing. True. They did amazingly with it.
Yeah, I guess there's no reason to make characters anymore.
Mouse just upstages us every turn, especially now that Viz, because of what you did with the code, and you've just given everybody 99 belts, 99 hair pieces, 99 accessories.
Yeah, but that was well before Mouse was. That was well after Mouse finished up all of Kizuna's model and stuff. So
I know that, but now can you imagine that we live in a world where people like Bagel, people like Mouse and Halo and Underscore, and they have unlimited belts? That is a frightening reality.
Is it? I welcome it.
Yes, I welcome it too, but we've already got people like them and people like Soups and people like Door who are already great at Kisuke. I guess Door uses a Chromebook, so she can't use the unlimited power code version of Kisuke.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. But, yeah, speaking of good Kisuke users, I guess we'll have Viz talk about his Kisuke growth once we get done talking about all the new characters and stuff, because, damn, dude, you got really good at Kisuke all of a sudden.
I still think that has more to do with the reference material I had than just any inherent skill I had.
Even so. Another character that joined the testing table is another Persona 5 character. We've got Haru, Gamora, I think is how it's pronounced. Spnanon isn't here to tell me to try again, so I'm just gonna hope that that's it. Haru is great. I love her sweater work. Have any of you guys played her?
Haven't had an opportunity to yet.
I played her briefly during testing with Pascal. She's interesting, not really my thing.
What about you, Timbo?
No.
Really? Even though she's from Rivers in the Desert? You're a coward.
Have you ever touched Persona, dude?
You're a coward.
I've heard you.
I'd like to see you try.
Okay.
Another character to... Nah, that's all the characters that have joined the main game. We've got characters returning to testing, with Sayori coming back. Yep, Viz, you just got done with your semester of college, so how's Sayori? Is she gonna be sponsored soon?
Yeah, I'm hoping to. The only thing I'm really planning on doing, right now is just finish up responses, maybe fix any bugs, and then submit to sponsorship.
Oh, nice. So will she be in the main before the resort?
Say again?
Will she be in the main game before the resort begins?
Hopefully.
Nice. I really liked her. I was really sad to see her go, but I got it. I understood. I'm glad to see her back. I'm glad to see you back, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And then the last character to hit testing is another fucking Ruby character. It's just not the same without Spnanon here to say that. But we've got a character that's been worked on by two of the Reddit mods, Nmask and Pivotal Cog. And I played her today, and I really liked her. Her sunglasses are really cool looking. The model's good. I assume that Nmask is on dialogue. I'm not sure, but whichever of them did it, they did a great job.
Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to play against her either. So.
Yeah, you've been busy coding, huh?
Yep.
What about you two?
I played her for a little bit. She definitely seems interesting. Quiet and cool. I like that.
I definitely like her sunglasses. They seem to be made entirely of belts from what I've seen.
Not a surprise.
Belts are everything, and now we have 99 of them on a model.
No, use 4 models.
You don't have to use 4 models, but you can use 4 models. Using 2 models gets you 188 belts. I think. No, 198. And then using 4 models gets you 296 belts.
That's what I mean.
And even then, you could turn the 99 belts into an image import and then do that 99 times.
4
At that
models.
point, you're basically just editing pixels.
Basically, pixel by pixel, but it's still made in Keyscape. This has turned Keyscape into Photoshop.
You know those videos of the people who do that work in this paint?
Just Bob Ross style
like
art, but in Keyscape.
Exactly. It's a new age.
Thank you, Viz, for giving us unlimited power.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Alrighty, so December is going to be a real big month for Spnati because we've got Hanako coming within a week or two. We've got possibly Akko from Little Witch Academia if Yuri is able to be a fast girl. Kamina will definitely be on testing tables before the resort is over. We've got Spnanon working on Ryoko. I hope that's what he's doing right now if he's abandoning us.
I think he has stuff to do, like real world responsibilities and stuff, so.
Lame. We've got you think that we'll have Pascal on testing before the end of the month, Ed?
I would hope so.
Okay, and then I believe that Nopsu said that she wanted to see if she could get Diana from Academia on testing before the end of the month. And it wouldn't be impossible for Sandy to hit testing by the end of the year. I believe Black Thulu, the guy who's working on Jotaro, he's got a sponsorship for Jotaro right now. He said that Mavis should be ready by Christmas. It's possible that we could see Janetta if Dora and I end up working on her after Kamina hits testing. Coco has hit the main game, or the testing tables. We've got Sayori back. We've got Mystic Knight working on another Toho, some weird umbrella girl that I feel like Tim probably knows the name of.
Oh, Kogasa?
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Viz. And then we've got Eeny Miny from Ace Attorney being worked on by Dorian, the guy who helped write Navi. And that's the brief overview. I don't know if any of you guys have anything else planned.
Maybe not for this month. Maybe it'll have to see.
Oh yeah, why don't you talk about those new models, Viz?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I as you have already seen, Johan, I've already made models for 02 and Ichigo from Darling on the Franxx.
Which is not. When I first heard those names, I'm like, I didn't know Viz watched Bleach.
But yeah, like, response to them has been really good so far. Like, it probably helps that I basically looked like the reference images I had were pretty much ideal for this purpose. Like, they're straight on, lighting was uniform, all that stuff. So it was really, really easy for me to make a really, really accurate model. And so really all I have to do is just pose work and then also actually write the dialogue.
So are you writing both of them, or?
Yeah, I'm hoping to anyways.
Oh, that's cool. Are you going to write them as separate characters or a double, like a team?
Probably separate.
All right, that makes sense.
Definitely separate.
I know nothing about Darling in the Franxx, but like, besides the fact that she's like a dinosaur.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the blue girl is really short.
Yes, and also really flat.
Rad. I don't know anything about these characters, but you did your work on Sayori and Monica has been stellar, so I'm excited to see what you make. Alrighty. So, Ended, after you finish Pascal, do you have any plans for more characters?
After Pascal, I'm working on the art for Bojack, of course, obviously. And,
alright, Zucha's writing him.
Yep. And then I'm probably gonna work on the dialogue for Vivian from Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door.
Nice!
American version.
I love that game.
Yes, best game.
I mean, I prefer Super Paper Mario, but I will respect that taste.
At least it isn't Sticker Star.
We can definitely agree on that. So, Tim, or Color Splash. So, Tim, do you have any Spnanon work that you want to talk about?
Besides what I've already talked about?
Yeah.
I have stuff I'm doing, but nothing I want to
share with the world.
Yeah.
Us, it's all secret.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. And with that, we don't have Spnanon here to talk about his Ryoko progress because he's a coward. But we do have questions and answers.
That's it.
Alrighty, let's get with the personal questions first. And Dad, we've got you. Why did you decide to make Pascal?
Pascal has always kind of resonated with me, and just kind of every time I've tried to mod anything or create something for something, I just kind of usually default to Pascal first.
Alrighty, that's cool. Pascal's from one of the Tales games, right?
Correct.
Why her above all other Tales characters?
I don't know.
She just
like her.
She's just best girl to you?
Yup.
I can respect that. Let's see here. We've got a question for Tim. Is Buddy gonna be ready by the end of the year? I assume they mean testing.
I certainly hope so.
Nice. Okay. Spnanon, what's it like posing Ryoko compared to the other characters you've worked on? Wade. Alright. Viz, what was it like coding Monica?
It was really, really interesting. From what I remember, a lot of it was just kind of exploring what I could actually do, and then not really thinking about how I was going to maintain it or anything like that till after the fact. But then now that I'm actually looking over what I did beforehand, I'm kind of embarrassed by it because it's all just hacks piled upon hacks, and it's a nightmare.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. That's basically Monica's canon. Monica is not a coder.
Yeah, I've learned a lot since I've actually written the code for her. So.
Yes, so I can see. I've seen all your messages in GitLab. It's basically just fixes Monica.
Alrighty. 2 questions for me. Why am I like that? I just want to see people smile. Or at least know they're smiling. And how does it feel to have terrible taste in everything? 2 things. 1, you misspelled does. You spelled it like does. So at least I can spell does. 2, my taste isn't terrible. It's just so advanced that normal people can't even comprehend it. And with that...
Interesting take.
Yeah, but it's canon. And with that, we'll be moving on to the questions and answers. Oh wow, already. This episode's going fast.
Turns out we're missing someone.
When will Spnanon come home from the war?
Someday.
The world wonders.
Okay. Let's see here.
Oh, you're on the thing, okay.
Well, looks like Viz has got a roommate.
Yeah, that's my
Don't
roommate.
worry. I do too.
Okay. Question 1. When beginning targeting for a new character, do you start trying to target as many characters as possible, or try to extensively target a smaller subset? My thing is, I basically target 1 or 2 characters. Well, no. Why did I say that? That's not true at all. I basically target as many characters as I can once or twice, and I wait for them to reply to that, and then I reply to that, and I let that cycle through. So I go for the multiple characters with a few lines rather than a few characters with multiple lines.
Yeah. I do that, except after, while I'm doing generics, I come up with an idea that's spicy. I'll do that. during generics, but then after generics when I do the targets.
I usually work on the must target characters. Like I work down the list of things
like Amy.
Yeah, I usually do that as part of like kind of sort of as part of the generics as well. And then after that, I work on extensive target. Like after all the generics and must targets, I work on extensive targeting for some characters.
Nice.
So you're target a few characters a lot.
Yeah.
I'm the reverse, which I should target more characters more, but I'm not Spnanon. What about you, Undead? How have you done Pascal? Does she target everybody like a lot, or everybody a little, or does she target a few people a lot?
For a Pascal, I'm kind of putting people into like different buckets that'll probably focus on the must targets first, of course. But then I'll probably focus on like the artificial characters,
like 9S.
Yup. Then mages, and then just whoever else I can come up with.
Alrighty. Question 2 is, how do you future-proof a dialogue?
I don't. I don't.
For a second, I thought you said future-proof, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? But you just said proof weird.
Yeah, I stutter. I've got a speech impediment.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. That was a lie. It was a lie I made up to save my dignity. But you called me out on it. I'm gonna let the guests go first because I forgot that's what we tried to do last time.
So yeah, I mostly just kind of keep track of what kind of updates are coming, so I kind of look a little bit ahead, and that's about it, really.
Yeah, I don't particularly do anything to future-proof my dialogue.
What about you, Tim?
No.
No, you just don't future-proof?
No.
Okay, that's fair, I guess. For me, if it's somebody who I'm like buddy with, I can oftentimes get them to send me like a very beta version of the character, or at least I can get their layers. If it's a character that like Shiaki and Mahiru, they already target every possible scenario for Junko and Oshima. Oh wait, that's a big spoiler. Sorry, Tim.
Ouch.
But basically, there's like characters that have relationships with characters that you have to plan in advance. And so what I do is I target every possible scenario, like removing accessory number 1, removing accessory number 2. Beyond that, I just have them target tags. And pray for the best.
Actually, it should be easier to like do future proofing like that, like with regards to like wardrobe shifts and stuff like that, because then now you can actually test against the specific item name instead of just assuming, oh, this character removes this item at stage whatever.
Oh, thank God! Who can I thank for that? You, Reform, Spnanon, edit?
That's mostly a reform.
Okay.
I'm not sure if the functionality is in the CE yet, but it's in the game at least.
Thank you, Reform, if you're listening to this. Okay. If there was a Spnanon 2, what would you wish it was like?
I'd wish it was like Spnanon 1, but different.
How would it be different?
3.
Do you really
voice acting?
Do you really want that though?
No.
I just want the ability to target more situations easier, like specific background targeting.
Yeah.
Maybe mid game gender changes.
I want the ability to upload my own assets, like my own clothing pieces or backgrounds.
Okay, that yeah, just modding a
Yeah, exactly.
Say
Modding
again?
support.
Ah.
I mean, we've got Viz, Reform, and Spnanon Edit. Modding API isn't impossible. It's just a question of, are we really going to make them do all of our homework?
No.
No, we're not.
I'm curious to know what you mean by that, though. Like
Uploading my own backgrounds or clothing pieces for the main character.
I think you can at least upload your own backgrounds in the offline edition.
You have an offline schmoffline.
That's fair. What about y'all?
I can't really think of anything like that doesn't like make it not SPNati anymore, or that isn't already possible.
Viz up on this galaxy branch yet. Everything's already possible, Joe.
It's possible, just a matter of probability and work. And how much work is it going to be versus how much reward will it make?
How many belts does it need?
You can really just use infinite belts now. If you just continue to make the belts into an image import.
Are we coming back to the belt meta, Kiska?
We might be. There was that brief period where it's
there was that image import meta, but now we don't need it anymore.
No, you can make belts into image imports and then get 99 more belts. It's the combination.
Belt heavy.
You just keep making it into one image import. It doesn't lag your computer as well.
Or just get 40 gigs of RAM.
Just download more RAM.
Yeah.
Alright, and Dad, Spnanon 2, what do you want?
I think probably about the biggest thing I can think of that would be worth creating a second one rather than just updating the first one would be to add like maybe more actual like gameplay elements.
Oh, like different kinds of poker?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
That actually gave me a good idea. I'm gonna move on to that.
Spnanon 2.
Spnanon 2, fucking beard.
Spnanon. Okay, let's see here. Do you listen to anything while doing Spnanon work? If so, what do you listen to? Just listen to a mix. Like when I was writing Hanako, I listened to a mix of just music that I liked from games that hyped me, and also music from Katua Shoujo. And when I'm writing Kamina, I'm tending to listen to a bunch of Gurren Lagann music. I'm always listening to music. If I'm sitting in silence, it's just, I feel crazy.
You are crazy.
Rude. What about you, Tim?
It really depends on what I'm listening to, but the constant between everything is I'm able to put it on loop and listen to it for 10 hours straight.
Oh, mood.
Because that's the only way I can really function is if I'm listening to the same thing over and over and over and over.
You gotta get into the zone.
Yeah.
What about you, Endeth?
I have a custom SoundCloud playlist that I listen to while I'm doing isekai work, but then can't really do that while I'm writing dialogue, so I'm either just running something from the character in the background, or I've just got a jazz radio on YouTube that I listen to while working.
Wow, so you don't listen to like vocals when you're writing because you're afraid that it'll seep into the lines?
I know, I not so much that it'll seep into it, just that I can't concentrate on writing.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Something like that.
Yeah.
What about you, Viz?
When I'm doing like code work or kisake work, I'm usually just end up listening to one thing on repeat, or
the Seto Kaiba hacking theme.
Yeah, or something like just something on loop.
Yeah,
or like I play it once and then forget to replay it, or just don't listen to anything. When I'm doing dialogue, though, I pretty much have to stay in silence, or else I can't think of it.
Yeah.
Really? Am I the only one that can't write dialogue without music?
Yeah.
You might be.
Huh. I wonder if Spnanon is like that.
Yeah, me too.
I sure wish he was home from the war. Alrighty. What's a character that you would definitely work on, but only as a collab? I pretty much just want to do collabs from now on. There's like
You're an old man now.
there are few people that I wouldn't want to collab with, but like collabing is so much more fun because like even if it's just somebody else doing the poses, or if it's working on the dialogue together, it's just a lot more fun to collaborate with somebody.
It's another set of eyes and hands.
Yeah, like I'm thinking about maybe working with video game Raptor Boggle, the guy who's working on Sayaka. I'm thinking of maybe working on Jane Yuki down the line from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and that's a character that I've thought about doing a couple times, but I'm like, nah, I don't want to. But then somebody else is like, what if I worked on that? Would anybody be interested in a collab? I'm like, I've been spitballing it, and I didn't want to at first, but if somebody else is willing to help out, sure, why not? Could be fun. So yeah, there are tons of characters like that. Jade Yuki, Sandy Cheeks is a character that I said I wouldn't make unless somebody is a character I said I will write this character if somebody makes me a model, and then somebody made me a model. I'm like, done. I'm a man of my word. What about y'all, Tim?
What was the question again? I kind of zoned out.
So rude. What's a character that you would definitely work on, but only as a collab?
Well, I am working on a collab right now.
With who?
That's a secret. But I will give you a hint.
Can you at least tell us who you're collabing with? And is it Odin?
Yes.
I absolutely knew it. Predictable.
Can you predict the character?
Rules Alucard.
No.
Oh, okay, because Odin's working on Rules Alucard. I forgot to mention that.
Nice.
We need a really good GIF as well.
Nice. But my one hit. They're from a game.
Okay. I'm just going to annoy Odin tonight, saying,
No.
Who is it?
No.
Then tell us!
No.
Okay, then I'll annoy your boyfriend until the hour go long past.
Alright.
Okay, what about you, Undead? Is there a character that you'd only make as a collab?
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm working on a Bojack as a collab right now.
Oh yeah, I guess he's not somebody you'd make on your own, huh?
Nah, I don't. I'm fine with doing the art with pretty much any character I'm familiar with, but yeah, as far as writing, I don't think I could write him.
People aren't in outrage about BoJack Horseman being a character, but then Sandy Cheeks over here.
Sandy, acceptable. Sandy, featuring Sandy from the SpongeBob Must Die series.
SpongeBob Must Die, I like it.
Just pull my sponge trigger. Alright. What about you, Viz?
I honestly can't think of anyone I would work on only as a collab. And like I'm kind of trying to stay away from collabs because I don't want to force anyone else to put up with my inconsistent work schedule.
I say as I haven't touched that Congo model in months.
It's okay. I haven't touched or started her dialogue at all, so.
What a man.
We'll just keep putting it off.
Forever and ever.
Congo will be the next the next Valerie.
What I want to know is when is somebody going to make Tat from the Power of Juju for Spnanon? Or was he a kid? I don't even remember.
It astounds me that I'm not the only person who remembers that game. But also, I don't feel like anybody would want him.
What about his mom?
Okay, now that you've got stuff.
We've got something.
Alrighty. Next question is: in this timeline, Spnanon will never have voice acting. But if you could pick one dream voice actor for a character in Bizarro Spnanon, who would you pick that role and why? There are a couple of options. I could have Rinka because she's just best girl. I could pick Monica because that one would just make sense. Kazuna in a similar vein. Captain Falcon or Kamina just because they're like that. You know what I mean? It feels like they should be shouting.
Hold on, I know I have a perfect answer. I gotta.
Those are my answers.
Yeah, but who?
Oh,
who is the voice?
They're original voice actors, obviously.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I guess if I can't pick that, then I guess just what's the dude who plays fuck it, just John Cena as Tommy.
Oh my god.
Believe in the me that believes in who can't see me.
I personally would want Christopher Walken to voice every Spnanon character.
And he just does a very slightly light-pitched voice for the female character.
Exactly. But it's just the same Christopher Walken's accent and everything. Just Christopher Walken. That would be the Steins Gate universe.
The perfect universe. Yeah. This is the will of Steins Gate.
Exactly.
Alright, and Dad, what about you?
I mean, first answer would obviously be get Pascal's original voice actor to play Pascal. Otherwise, I would probably just completely waste it and I'd pull Link back into it and get Vin Diesel to play him.
Oh, yeah. Vin Diesel! That's not the answer I expected.
Well,
no, we gotta get Ryan Reynolds to play Kyoko Kirigiri, because he has to just play Detective Pikachu's voice as a detective.
Yes. Perfect.
God. There is gold here that I did not expect. Alright, Biz, what about you?
In my head, Bizarro Spnanon has always had the moon-based alpha astronaut as a character.
Oh my god.
And take a guess who would voice it.
The Texas speech?
Yep.
That'd be pretty funny. Man, his meme about voice acting being a thing, never. But, like, now I kind of want it. Oh, if we ever make it to that,
A-list actors.
and then we just get shut down for copyright. All right.
And then we buy them out.
Let's see here. This is not a Spnanon related question, I guess. What is the most embarrassing memory you can tell us? I don't get embarrassed easily. I feel like the most embarrassed I've ever gotten was when my friend brought over a like classic SNES games compilation to play on my birthday, but I thought he was giving it to me, and that was just a very awkward moment. Like, but like that's about it. I don't get embarrassed easily.
Embarrassed. Fuck. I'm gonna have to think about this one. You guys go before I do.
I'd much rather I don't really think of I can't really think of anything recent or particularly embarrassing because I have shit memory. But I'd much rather not remember the old code I had for Monica that kept crashing everyone's games. So
Oh yeah, when she deleted her blazer.
Yeah.
Well, it's fixed now. It's fixed. Don't worry about it.
It should be. It should be.
You got it, Tim?
Yeah.
Is it the fact that Tomoko has been... Okay, because she's just been sitting at 303 lines for like...
No, she's been sitting at 400 plus.
For months.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
I know. That's not the most embarrassing, though.
Okay, well, hit us.
Oh shit, he's on.
He's online!
Oh my god.
Ping him!
Perfect.
God, we're halfway through the questions.
Wow.
Just keep pinging him. Thank you, Tim. Very cool.
Oh, God.
What was that?
Crap.
Your most embarrassing memory.
Right. So when I was a kid, I used to have a mole on my lip. Keyword used to.
Oh!
And I was at my cousin's house, and we were like watching a movie or something, and I was just like scratching my leg because that's what you do as a kid, I guess.
Okay.
And apparently, I had scratched my mole off.
No!
And the blood was just all the way down my leg, so I had to like sit like semi-limp to the bathroom to clean up my leg in front of everyone. So that was pretty embarrassing, just being a bloody child.
And now you're just a bloody adult.
Yeah, now I'm just a bloody adult.
Spnanon is typing. It's been like 15 minutes. Get in here.
Oh.
Do you think we can lie and just tell him that we're not recording?
I mean, we literally have a guy right
I think
above me saying recording.
Shush, shush, shush. We can fool
I
him.
think he can see us.
Damn it.
There we go.
He's a traitor. He's right there. I bet he was playing Smash. No, not really. He's probably doing something completely justified.
Hey, there he is.
Yay.
There he is!
Hey,
Hi!
I heard about this game called Spnati, and I was interested in talking about it.
Yeah, how about that, huh? Well, Spnanon, I guess we can just go through all the questions and have you, once you've missed, and have you answer them.
Oh, have you like finished all of them already?
We're about halfway through.
I mean, there hasn't been that much to talk about, so.
No, there's not. There's been more, but not as much as I'd like. Alright, Spnanon, so, what are your thoughts on Coco, since it's another fucking Ruby character?
She's pretty good.
That it?
Well, I gave her one play. I do think she has a little bit of a. Is that why
you took 15?
All right, are you gonna let me talk since you waited so patiently?
I was just wondering if the reason that you were gone for so long is because you were just playing Coco and she was that good.
No, I was just asleep.
Okay. At least he's honest about it.
That's pretty good.
I sleep at completely random times, so.
Okay, you know what?
Like
Mood.
a panda?
Yeah.
I nearly fell asleep before the podcast, so I can't judge you too hard.
I mean, I woke up before the podcast, so.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Not just revolving your lives around my podcast 24/7, shaking my damn head.
Yeah.
Alright, well, anyway. I do think she has a little bit, well, obviously she's going to be improved and going to get some more pose variety and some more lines, so, you know, you don't really, it's hard to judge a character that like just got on testing. I think she could use a little bit. She does have a little bit of the Ruby problem of not explaining who she is very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. She does have a pretty clear voice of just kind of being like both like half professional and half just like I'm cooler than you and I'm going to say it all the time.
So how would you rank her in terms of the Ruby girls? You specifically, because I know that you've got strong feelings on the Ruby girls.
Actually, I have the complete opposite.
Yeah, you've got the strongest feelings on nothing.
They fill me with a bunch of nothing.
So
I play them and it was like, well, that was a character.
Does Coco stack up to them? Would you say she's like, or would you say she's still like that?
She has some pretty good dirty talk, although I'm not sure like why yet. Like I think I need a little bit more of like, okay, why does she launch into the dirty talk? Does she just like not feel threatened by anybody, so she just feel like she can say whatever she wants to them, or like does she just like being a dom, or like what her situation is?
Yeah.
Because she doesn't do it at the start.
Why don't you talk about your Ryoko progress?
Well, I'm working on a character named Ryuko, but that's pretty close.
Damn it! I'm trying.
Well, I am still writing her. I'm moving along. She has dialogue for most of her stages so far. I've just been trying to fill out the skeleton, and then I'll just go back and try to pad out some of the generic cases that need a lot of lines, like hands and like must strip and masturbating and that sort of thing. And then I'll probably just fill out some basic conversations with a few characters, and then I'll put her on testing because I know I have a reputation as the guy that writes thousands of lines, but there's no need to do that before she gets on testing, especially with a character like Ryuko, where you want to get a lot of feedback to make sure that you did her right in the first place.
Man, it's a good thing that you came back when you did, because literally everybody just ran to the restroom. And so, if you weren't here, it would just be...
Well, they were really holding it in, hoping I would get here.
We were all holding on to hope. Spnanon saved the episode.
I mean, really, my voice just makes people piss themselves in general.
Alrighty, so, let's see here. We've got a question specifically for you, and it was, what was it like posing Ryoko compared to your other characters? I guess because Ryoko's more...
Who?
Fuck off! I'm trying! Okay.
No, you're not. If you were trying, you'd succeed. It's pretty easy.
What is it like posing Ryuko compared to your other characters? I assume because she's more like bombastic. She's got like 2 or 3 models on at a time.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that my other characters are like from let's say slightly more grounded anime, Black Lagoon especially, but they're from anime where people themselves do not have superpowers, and the animation is a lot less cartoony than it is in Kill la Kill. So you can get a lot more creative with what Ryuko does exactly in terms of like the physicality of it. And right, she has Senketsu who leaves her body at some point, and Superfluous just like made a model of Senketsu by himself just because I asked.
Does he stick around after she's removed him?
Well, yeah, she's on a lot of poses. He's like trying to block you from seeing her.
Nice.
And like crawling around on her back,
like a stand.
Yeah, and she's like trying to calm him. Look, he starts out very calm and collected because he's on her, and that's where he wants to be. And he gets like really possessive and protective of her once he's off of her.
Nice.
He's just like constantly afraid for his safety. Because like,
don't talk to me or my life fiber daughter ever again.
Well, yeah,
they're both made of life fibers, aren't they?
In the same way that we feel naked without clothes, he's clothing and he feels naked without a body.
Aww.
Oh,
that's sweet.
Yeah. So she'll just be talking about, hey, Senkis, what do you think about this guy? You know, I'm worried about him, and then he's just like, put me on, Ryuko.
I'm imagining she's like Amy's stripping and like the bullets are flying and she's like, this thing gets, what should we do? This girl's dangerous, and he's just like, put me on your body.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course there's also Mako, who people are probably a little even more familiar with. And that's her best friend, and she'll pop in pretty much from the start, and just do whatever.
So, yeah.
Either like stating outright what Ryuko is trying to be tsundere about, like it's okay. Ryuko thinks you're cute. She just doesn't want to say it.
So I assume that writing this character is very different from writing all of your other characters.
Yeah, just because there's basically 3 characters that could be talking at any time. Right now, I'm trying to focus on lines that are just Ryuko, so I don't get too dependent on like having other people come in.
Yeah.
Do you have I assume you're going to use text boxes to make it make it obvious who's talking who?
Sometimes, although a lot of times I want both of them to be saying something. And in that case, I'll just have the background character, their dialogue will be like in parentheses and italicized.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I did that with the Maya and Jorah dual masturbation too.
Phantom.
If you've seen that.
Nice.
I've not yet. I've been trying for it, but I just can't get the timing right.
It's pretty rare to actually show up. You know, I feel like if it showed up all the time, then it wouldn't be very special.
Yeah.
And also not very in character.
Alrighty, so Spnanon, we've got 6 questions for you that you missed.
Okay.
When beginning targeting for a new character, do you start trying to target as many characters as possible, or extensively target a smaller subset?
So I would recommend. Okay, obviously you want to do generic lines first, because the character needs to function no matter who they're with. You know, you could write a lot of good targeted lines to Amy, but if they don't pick her with Amy, and they're just shitty otherwise, that's not very interesting. So there are a few what I call like really, really must targets where something completely off the wall happens. Like again, like Marinette loses her transformation, or Amy shoots her clothes off, and you know you might want to ask around for what people consider those to be, because art has gotten advanced to the point where that's a lot more common than it was when I started. I used to be able to fit all those scenarios on like the back of an index card. And now even then among those you have to kind of pick and choose a little bit because there's a lot to get through.
Yep.
So you probably want to start off with those just so you can get a handle on how your character would react to crazy stuff like that without just leaving.
It was very tempting to make a pose for Saki or Hanako where they just leave after Amy does that.
Right. And also, you want to practice making targeted lines unique. So I think there's sort of a misconception that just because you target a character, that's automatically interesting. And like you still want it to be unique what your character says compared to like how other people would react to it within reason. You know, like there's only so many reactions to Amy firing an assault rifle near you. But it should be at least slightly interesting. Like I think, you know, you can target Pit and just be like, "Oh, you're an angel, cool." But like that's not really that much more interesting than like a good generic line. You'd want like
you could always just wait for Cog to target you.
You'd want a very you'd want at least something of a unique take on I'm playing strip poker with an angel. So
I look forward to seeing how Ryuko does it.
Yeah, Ryuko had the benefit of actually, again, having a character that has superpowers, so she's a little bit more used to supernatural things happening. And people doing crazy stuff. You know, that's...
This is
aiming shoot your clothes off
really
at like perfect angles for the bullets to graze her isn't that much different from stuff that the Elite Four pulls out.
Yeah, pretty much. That is a very Kill la Kill-esque scenario, isn't it?
Yeah, she thinks Marinette's just like a Goku uniform.
That's pretty good.
And she's like, oh, it ran out after 5 minutes. I guess you must be pretty embarrassed, like I used to be.
I can't wait to see how she targets Vriska.
That's a good one. I haven't put too much effort into targeting Vriska with Revy.
Because she's offline.
Yeah, exactly. Vriska's a big one. But at least she's offline at the moment. And then after you get those must targets, like those really must targets, I would say just try for a similar goal really, but you want to, I'd say, target as many characters as possible. Just kind of like an opening line or
I'm pretty sure
to them, because I think that'll let's see, like how many, like there's so many different characters for them to react to that are so different from what their universe's rules are, and I think coming up with in-character opinions on those things, just like, well, what's the first thing they would notice about this character, really helps you develop their voice. And just doing that for a lot of different characters.
I never considered it that way. I never considered it that way.
Spnanon is always insightful. It's why he's such a great co-host.
Yeah, that's why I don't feel the need to show up until 50 minutes into it, you know. I let you flail around for a while, and then I just, come over in my boat.
Your boat. When will Spnanon get off the boat? It's the sequel to Berserk. And to be fair, it wasn't 50 minutes. We did wait for you for 10, so it was really only 40 minutes.
That's all I could ask for. Yeah, but really, targeting seems really intimidating because it's hard to know where to start. You just look at somebody else that targets characters and copy what they do and just get to it.
Like, go for one of the characters that targets everyone, like Elizabeth or Maya or Marinette or Mahiru or Pit.
Or Jura and Revy, two other characters.
Yeah, or Jura and Revy. Do they target everyone already?
Jura's always done that. Revy now recently does that.
Jura didn't always do that. When she first hit the table, she only targeted Maya.
Neither did Maya always do that. But before
but
her
Maya's
release,
well known.
She did that.
Alrighty. So, Spnanon, if there was a Spnati 2, what would you wish it was like?
I wish we didn't have space limits.
Oh,
actually, God. Well, that's hard to say. I wonder, because I feel like there's no more like shitty joke submissions because of that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like
plus with the space submissions,
you have to compete with other people to produce something that's quality. And I don't know about you, but you can look at the releases in 2017 and like, and then you can look at the releases in 2018, and they're pretty much all good. And 2018 was when everyone was like, we have space limits. So,
Yeah.
So 2019 is going to be Galaxy Brain.
Yeah.
Cutting edge.
Small. Well, because, it's just we've been getting more and more tech. Like, this is 99 belts.
That's also true.
And now we've also got to compete for space.
So, yeah, that's also true. We have more tools at our disposal now.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting exponentially better.
But the fact that all the shitty joke characters like Gay Spaghetti Chef are now gone, and we have to compete with each other. That generally good characters.
Well, you say Gay Spaghetti Chef is gone, but Yuri has the revival, and I'm almost certain she's going to use it.
That's not forever.
It could be.
Is this when you dropped the Gay Spaghetti Chef revival project on us?
I've read all of Congo House. I think that's what it's called.
Congen
The joke
House?
doesn't work when I don't even know what the source is.
Yeah, I keep forgetting Gay Spaghetti Chef's not an OC.
I know, right? It feels like he should be.
Like somebody made him, not for a joke in Spnanon.
Oh god.
Alrighty, Spnanon. Do you listen to anything while you do Spinati work? If so, what do you listen to?
I pretty much always listen to music when I write.
Same! I knew it! I knew you were here for a reason.
What music that is can vary pretty wildly. It can be stuff that normal people understand that has lyrics, or it could be from anime and video.
I assume that you listen to a lot of Don't Lose Your Way when writing
Well, actually, the track is called "Before My Body Is Dry."
Okay, fair. Have you heard the chorus remix of that song? It's god tier.
Is that part of the original soundtrack? Because I have the full soundtrack.
I think it might just be a remix, but it's a remix that's just like it's an orchestra remix, and then like halfway through it, they've got like a variation of the vocals, and it's god tier.
I believe you. I'll take a look. I know you posted it in music.
I added you as well.
Yeah, you did. Well,
So now
when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, well, that's probably just part of the soundtrack, and I've heard that before. But it might be different.
Alrighty. What is a character that you would work on, but only as a collab? I actually know the answer to this.
Wait, for me?
But do you?
Yeah, Spnanon has said that if somebody redid the model for Rosalina, he'd at least write a couple of lines for her.
Oh, yeah. Well, Rosalina is best Mario girl, anyway. And right now, she was one of the first characters added, and oh god, you can tell. Because she doesn't move, and she looks like a cosplayer.
And we've asked Mouse, but Mouse is like, why would I do that, though?
Yeah.
Mouse is a cruel mistress.
Maybe someday.
I've been thinking about maybe this is the Johan Spnanon collab. I've thought about making him that model just so we could get that. Because I also agree, Rosalina is best Mario girl. She's also from the best Mario game.
I mean, I don't think there's enough there's not enough to Rosalina to write thousands of lines, but I could give her like 700 or something. There's enough to, and you can do like the mouse targets, and just she can have some unique visuals with like Lumas floating around her, or like she floats around and like does magic stuff with her wand or whatever.
Probably you could even have her like
Doesn't be into a sun aerial.
or just have her respond to the targets.
Yeah. And you can get a little bit like currently she has like no personality at all. You could at least like be her cosmic millions of years old MILF and very nurturing.
Yeah.
So she'd be like a good filler character almost.
She'd be like kind of. I imagine she'd be like feel not threatened by anything that's going on.
Well, because she is a
like
god for all intents and purposes.
She'd just be very sleepy. Review would yell at her, and she'd just be like, "Oh, that's nice, Revy."
Revy gets
Have you ever been
himself
to
by Cosmo Milf.
Cosmo Milf, I like it.
Alrighty, and then the last question you missed was, in this timeline, Spinati will never have voice acting, but if you could pick one dream voice actor for a character in Zero Spinati, who would you pick for that role and why?
That's kind of a weird question. I mean, most of these characters had voice actors at one point, so it's like, can't I just get May as voice actress?
That's a valid answer.
That's the answer.
I feel like I'm not really going to convince her otherwise, because would you? I'm going to email her. Do you remember that one role you did 20 years ago?
For that anime that only I remember.
Yeah. Do you think you could do that voice again for 10,000 lines for no pay?
More lines than the Bible.
Would you be okay with that? Oh, by the way, it's for a porno.
I think that the volunteer work.
Alrighty.
Oh, I think it's also for the question before. I mean, technically, if you'd like to make a model for any of the characters I've expressed interest in, you're probably better at it than I am. So feel free to make that into a collab. I mean, that's the reason I jumped onto the Ryuko projects, because Based Superfluous again made such great models for both Ryuko transformed, because the old one didn't even transform,
Which is heresy.
and Mako and Senketsu.
Wow.
Yep. Based soups.
So yeah, like I would, if you told me to do that, from scratch in Kisuke, I would have been like, oh fuck. No. But yeah, it was much easier to just jump into the posing with the models already done.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And that's caught up on all the questions.
Did any of you have interesting answers to those?
We
Or did I
did.
not miss anything?
We did, and you'll have to listen to this podcast.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Rip.
Alrighty, we've got.
All right. Well, that was the Spnanon half hour.
It was a good hour.
That was just my game plan, so I would get to talk nonstop for half an hour.
Was it?
That's why I showed up late, because I know you're a big softie.
I ain't complaining.
It definitely worked. Though.
I got to go to the bathroom.
Everybody.
So who are these jokers that I'm with on this episode?
You've got Ended, Faraway Vision, and Tim.
Yo.
Literally who?
Oh, wow.
And there.
I don't know about you. I'm kind of a big shot on I don't have time for these small potatoes. You got to explain to me who these people are.
Okay, well, Ended's working on Pascal from Tales of... Tim is still working on Money.
Oh, is Sheena getting a friend? Huh? Is Sheena getting a friend?
Oh, yeah, I guess that is the same franchise.
It's not the same game, but same series.
It's like Mega Man and Mega Man X. Well, no, I guess that's the same timeline.
Oh, okay.
It's like Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 2, I think. I've never played Final Fantasy.
So one of them is really shitty?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody likes Final Fantasy.
I've never played Final Fantasy.
Unless you mean Final Fantasy 4. People like that.
Oh, yeah, the American number. Anyway.
If you mean the actual Final Fantasy 2, I think it has about as many fans as Vandred.
Well, then we just need somebody out there to write a Final Fantasy 2 character for this game.
Absolutely not.
I played Dawn of Souls, which was like the Game Boy Advance remake of 1 and 2. I played 1, I was like, alright, that was kind of nice. And then I looked at 2, I was like,
no, not today.
I ain't playing that. That doesn't look fun at all.
We've got 4 questions left.
Which is your favorite character by Dranky Krang?
Please be truthful.
Please be truthful. I honestly think that Ryu wasn't even that bad.
Who?
Ryu from Street Fighter. He's in the offline, but I think he was actually a decent character for the time. He felt in character. Yeah, besides that, though.
It's like, oh, Dranky. You never did no subtlety, did you?
I think that Moon is good for being a thing they forget. I don't like her. I don't like Pokemon. Still not having a good representation in the game, but No, just
You don't like I'm gonna edit that down.
I like Pokemon more than I like Tim.
Wow.
Okay. I found this.
Alright.
It's true though. There really is no good
Yeah.
Pokemon character still.
Apparently,
X-Maniac was supposed to come
Mouse
out
is
on
meant
Halloween.
to come
but,
out
you know,
by Valentine's Day.
But don't worry, Valerie's never coming out.
she'll come out
Yeah.
eventually. I
It's
believe
just a
in
matter
X.
of time.
I just like it before my kids die.
Alright. So, Spnanon, what's your favorite? Oh, wait, no, wait. Oh, what am I thinking? We're supposed to let the guests answer first. I've been doing a shite job of that. Ended.
Yeah.
Well, I
I've
should've
only really
reminded you.
played Moon, so probably just Moon.
Yeah, a lot of his characters are falling off.
Moon will never die.
Be
I'm
honest.
almost certain that Enmask has.
They're
I
not.
think
They're not
Enmask
long for
has
this
said that
earth.
mods are giving
One-
protection from culling.
They are.
I have
Absolutely.
Moon is going to be like the only one
I
that
do-
survives. She was the only female character in the Extreme Exhibitionist update, and the other three were just complete jokes.
Fucking Moon's got like witness protection happening.
Which is a shame, because Mouse has that real good
Yeah.
model.
Oh, well.
I don't remember that
Yeah.
at all.
Mouse's model for Moon, it's pinned in Geese Loads.
What?
No, just mods talking about Moon having protection or something.
Enmask is a liar!
Yeah, but he's a liar.
I mean, he might have said it. I just don't remember.
Oh no, they don't talk about it.
I think it pointed to me.
No, I think he
Or
said.
point me to it.
Well, you know, it's the mask, so it's hard to know how much of it is just tongue in cheek.
He always does, whenever he wears that captain's hat, and he's taking this on his ruse cruise, it's hard to tell if he's got the hat on.
I think his argument is that she does
And
have
he's
a
right.
niche that she fulfills.
Certainly right.
So,
Alright, Viz, what about,
so she would definitely not be the first to go among like a bunch of losers on a popularity.
Alright, Viz, what about you? What's your favorite Dranky character?
Thing is, I haven't actually played any of them, so like I can't
Wonderful.
say any of them are my favorites.
You didn't
And I don't
marathon all
particularly-
of Dranky's characters before this episode? Shake him down the head.
Good. I'm proud of you.
Alright, what about you, Tim?
Literally any of them that aren't Moon.
That's a valid opinion.
Moon is my least favorite character.
Because of the
In
hair,
anything.
because of the clipping. It's because of the hair clipping, isn't it?
It's just her mom's so it's so bad. I like the Spnanon version of Moon is an abomination. That's my official stance.
Alright. Spnanon, what about you?
What is the full list of Dranky's sins?
Gay Spaghetti
I mean,
Chef, Ryu, Moon, Miss Pauling are the ones that come to mind. Metaton.
Yeah, so like
you don't-
Miss Pauling and Moon.
You don't play male
and I
characters.
guess
about to
are
say
the only
the females probably.
they're the
So
only
you
girls.
got Miss Pauling
so let's
and
start there.
Moon. And I think he might have done some work on Misty. I could be wrong. So
Yeah, I think he might have too. Again, they picked anime
Yeah.
Misty, which is an automatic fail. You could have picked the grown-up Heart Gold Soul Silver Misty, where she's got a one-piece swimsuit on and tits. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I know you saw the anime when you were 10, but
We're
come
not
on.
10
Like,
anymore.
first of all, why is she wearing the clothes she was wearing when she was a 10-year-old? It's weird.
alrighty.
The whole thing
So
is just a wash,
between
basically.
her, Moon, and Miss Pauling, who's your favorite?
I mean, it's not to say that I couldn't pick a male character as the favorite, but it's not like he took any of those
I'd say
seriously.
he took Ryu pretty seriously.
No, he didn't, because he gave him a 3-foot dick.
That's fair.
He there's posts of him talking about how Spnanon needs more male characters, and even straight guys should like make male characters. And then you look at male characters, and they're all like shitty joke mean characters. It's almost like he didn't really want to make them.
I think that besides the 3-foot peen, we're using for the non-joke character.
This is just.
I find it hard to get over.
Covering up the fact that you like the 3-foot dick.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I don't mind it, but not for somebody who's like not Gamagori, who's like also 12 feet tall.
Man, I think 3.
Oh, do they all have confirmed dick sizes?
Yeah, Ryu actually has a 3-foot dick. He uses it in combos.
Apparently, based on like a hand gesture that Mako did, Sanayama's dick is not that big. I chalk that up to
because he's
shrinkage.
just a cool character,
I think it's
and you don't want him to have a
side
small
blade
wiener.
regalia. I think it comes down to shrinkage. He was shortchanged. That was not him that they saw. I think it was misrepresented.
Question -3. Do you ever... Oh, you didn't?
I didn't actually give an answer to
Oh, that's right.
the last one.
I thought we just settled with female.
Yeah, alright. What's your answer?
Well, Misty is bland and boring. Miss Pauling is bland and boring. Moon, well, she's not bland and boring. She's certainly memorable.
Undiscovered diseases.
Is it Moon?
So, I think I have lightened my stance on Moon, or to the point where she's not the worst thing ever, because at least some effort went into her. She's certainly not an example to be emulated, because she's basically an example of taking a character and basically making an OC out of them, and not just that, but a really boring. Well, let's not say boring, but an over-sexualized.
A very one-note character.
Yeah, let's go with that.
But that's your answer, is Moon?
I guess so, but that's among some of the worst competition out there.
Yeah.
Then there's also Shara, who looks like a fat clown.
Oh my god, I forgot about Kara.
Is that how you say her name?
No,
I pronounce it
Chara.
It's Kara, like character.
It's Chara.
Alright, now we've got 3 different pronunciations.
Chara is how you say it in English.
Refuse!
Hey.
Hashtag, okay, at Toby Fox. How do you say it, Chara?
I'm about to do that right now.
Okay.
Fuck Deltarune. Go back to Undertale. How do you pronounce Chara?
Question. We've got 3 questions left, so.
Isn't Odin making a character from
Yes,
Deltarune?
Rules Alcard, and it's a pretty good model. And
I guess Metaton is also pretty memorable, but again, for the wrong reasons.
I believe in Odin. I believe he can make a good Undertale rap. And if he doesn't, then I'll just bully Yuri and Zuja into making Muffet. 3 questions left. Do you ever plan to stop developing for Spnanon?
This week has been said.
I don't currently have plans for it. I'm certain that I will, but not within the immediate future. Fuck! I'm supposed to let the guests answer first.
Okay.
It's alright.
I'm glad that you let all of the guests.
The future is now, old man.
I'm glad you let all the guests speak before you showed up.
The Chad's banana.
Exactly.
The Virgin everybody, the Chad's banana. Alrighty, so.
I know that I can come in 15 minutes late still to show.
Alright, Enda, do you have a plan to stop dabbing for Spnanon?
Probably not anytime soon.
What about you, Viz?
Yeah, like I'm definitely not going to stop anytime soon. Like I might stop character development, but I'm still going to be here looking over merge requests and making code improvements and stuff like that.
Oh, rad.
Wonderful. Blessings.
Bless.
Okay.
I consign myself to the Church of Biz.
Tim, I'd ask if you're ever going to stop, but
hopefully when I die. Because if I'm still developing after I'm dead, we have a problem.
Do you think you'll have Buddy ready before you're dead?
Yeah.
Rad.
Okay.
Tim, I should remind you that on ACO, on 4chan, you posted that if you didn't get Buddy done before the end of the year, you were going to boil a pizza.
No.
No, the year's not over.
You already boiled pizza?
But Anna just has no confidence in me.
I mean, give me something to work with. I haven't seen. You haven't posted Buddy's progress in terms of line count, only poses.
That's because there's 0 progress in terms of line count.
God damn it! I really will.
You're going to have to hold it.
You won't have to hold me to it. I'll boil a pizza.
I'm gonna boil a pizza when Yuri drops Michael on the testing tables. Oh god, I could do both. I could grill it on one side and then boil it.
We should just make a whole YouTube video dedicated about the wrong ways to make a pizza.
No, but I'll upload that video of me boiling that pizza once Yuri has Hanukkah. And hopefully Tim doesn't have to boil pizza. Hopefully he gets Buddy out by the end of the year. Anyway, Spnanon, do you ever plan on stopping developing for Spnati?
Well, I usually go on about how Ryuko was my 4th and final. But it's really just because I want some time to catch them, I'm going to have 4 characters, and I'm going to catch them all up on all the things that I want them to target, and just be at a point where I can do maintenance in them, and I'm at a point where I can revise all the generic lines, and they're at a point that I'm really happy with, and they make use of a lot of the mechanics that have come out since I started. Just because it's hard to keep up otherwise when you start making a whole new character, all your other characters kind of fall behind.
Are you ever gonna stop
updating that? I don't want that to happen with my characters.
Okay, not even when you're a 90-year-old man.
No. Well, I guess
no, you can change that. You can be the man.
Everyone's going to pass it down to his son.
He's gonna give him a key, and he's gonna say, "This box, open it when I'm dead."
And it has a laptop.
And it just has a laptop with Maya's files on a note.
Both of you to assume that I'm going to have a son when I spend all my time writing for an animated game. Yeah. I can't really see any time in the future where it'd be like, oh, it's impossible to keep up at all. Because it can't seem overwhelming when you're first starting to write lines faster than people
by the time we feel like stopping. So
we can just have procedurally generated Spnati characters.
Yeah. There's no and then we'll be uploading it to the cloud to be dedicated to making Spnati characters for all time and eternity. Nice. Until the universe eventually burns out. So.
Yeah, for a solid pretty much a year now, I've been always in a state of making a new character. I've pretty much just gone from one to the other right away, and I haven't had a point where I'm just doing maintenance on old characters. So I did Maya, and then halfway through Maya I started Jura. When Jura got released, I started Revi, and once Revi got sponsored, I went straight to.
But you did it. You even got the 10,000 lines too.
Keep them all updated. But if I ever reach that point,
he meant tough maintaining his.
Yeah.
Spnanon refuses to let anybody else even touch his crown. We can't even look at it. Yeah.
Half is pretty good.
Cog is the only one.
Half as many.
Cog is best boy though.
No. He's pretty good.
Yes, Spnati is just the long saga of me like becoming more and more like emotionally attached to the line count crown. I am now like psychologically manipulating people into like stopping their project, or they can't. I've just become Machiavellian. Like, maybe it's okay to just stop at 2000.
Maybe we shouldn't increase the line count. You know?
I'm like Saturn devouring his children.
Spnanon.
The line counts aren't that big of a deal.
That's his Bloodborne title.
Well, listen. If Maya and Jura don't have the highest line counts, then no one will like them.
All over again, and then you'll have to write them for different games.
I'll just write more. I'll just make it 10 updates.
Exactly.
Alrighty.
They'll just fade away.
Speaking of Maya fading to obscurity, Spnanon, this question is: if somebody made your wife for you, Maya for Spnanon, Rinka for Johan, Rinka for Viz, Pascal for Undead, they completely ignored Tim. If somebody made your waifu before you, do you think you still would have ended up developing for Spnati?
I would just be fucking shocked.
I would just be busy actually playing the game. You know?
If somebody made, I assume.
No. If somebody had made. Fuck, I can't talk about them. Because I'm doing them. Fuck.
I'd probably pipe up
you would have written 10,000
just
lines.
to complain about how I would have done things differently.
Yes. I don't know. I don't think I would have.
I didn't always have that opinion of myself that people have reinforced. You know, there was a point where I was, I was just writing man initially. I looked at 3,000 lines and like, damn, I'm never going to compete with that. And then, I released her with 1,800 lines, and they weren't particularly good lines, which I had to go back and revise. And then I started targeting with the interpretation. Well, you can't really write that many targeted lines. And then in the span of a week, just trying to target a bunch of characters, I wrote 700. And some of those were like just conditional lines. They weren't all targeted lines. And then I was at 2,500. I was like, huh. I guess it's not that hard to compete with me.
And then you rode that train all the way to the first place.
See how far we can take it.
Exactly. Rank 1. Spnanon.
Rank 10 Spnanons.
Nice.
So that's, I'm...
No.
I don't know.
Now she's not even in the top 5.
Moon's a stepping stone.
So if you think Maya's unbeatable, well, I thought that about Moon.
Undead, what about you? If somebody had made Pascal before you, do you think you still would have ended up developing for Spnati?
Probably not, because like I said, she's just usually my start, so I probably would never have even really thought to get into it with her.
What about you, Viz? If somebody had made Monica before you, do you think you still would have ended up deving?
Yeah, probably. Monica wasn't even the reason
you just wanted to fix
our
code.
Anyways. Yeah, like I was just playing the game, and then thought to myself, "This is so slow."
Johnny Test whips it into shape.
Exactly.
And Viz saved this time.
I mean, it turns out it wasn't coded very well.
Viz single-handedly brought us to the right timeline.
Yeah, man.
It's true.
Yeah, you've done more for the game
Viz has updated. I think Viz updated the character editor a few times. Did you do that?
No. Like I tried to, but it's not really my thing.
That's but you updated PSK and you made our game run smoother. So, like, shout out to you, man.
Yeah, man. That's like you did.
Okay then.
Alrighty. If somebody made Rinko before me, I probably would have. I don't know if I'd have said. I probably would have. I probably would have made Chiaki. And if somebody made Chiaki, I probably would have just kept going until I found a character I wanted to make. All right.
Yeah, I don't think there's a character I particularly would want to see more than
like to be.
I mean, there's a lot of characters that from Vidya that are kind of interesting, but I basically made characters only that are like female leads from anime series.
Female leads, he says, not making Dita.
And I don't think I would have.
Dita? What's her name? The female lead
what?
From Vandred. The female lead from Vandred. It's not Maya, despite what you pretend.
She might be the main love interest, but
that
really,
doesn't make her
Maya gets the most development out of any
does
of them.
it?
The love interest isn't the lead.
Okay, well then. I'll bite my tongue.
You dumb, stupid Amy.
Fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
Nice.
Maya?
She gets like 3 whole episodes
less
focused
than
on
I
her.
expected.
What?
Yeah.
You wrote 10,000
There's only 26 episodes.
And she only had 3 episodes dedicated
episodes
to
is a long time to develop a character.
That's impressive.
18,000 if you count Jura. Well, no, 19,000 if you count Jura. I still need to go back and rewatch it. It's off of memory.
Well, I'm blown away. Spnanon, continue to baffle me. The last question is, should a new creator's first character be a collab, or should they try to do things mostly by themselves? I personally think... Right! Thanks, Tim. We gotta let the guest answer first.
What?
Okay, I'm dead.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
Hit us up.
You're just so eager to share your opinion.
I would say really it depends on the person, really, and what they think they're good at and what they want to do with a character.
Okay. Viz?
Like, I'd say if there were a situation, like, it depends on the type of collab, I guess. Like, if it's a situation where they're just picking up off of someone else's model that's just free for anyone to use, that's okay. But it's like, I don't think a new creator could really go and do an active collab where they're like actively conversing with someone and going back and forth and working with someone else.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but also that was Pinkie Pie. It was like 2 people. It was a 3-person collab, and 2 of them were timers, and she turned out pretty good.
Pretty good.
Okay, what about you, Tim? What are your thoughts? Should somebody's first character be a collab? Well, I suppose yes.
Yeah, like me, I started not doing things. Still haven't done anything at all. So.
Oh yeah, your first project's probably going to be the collab with Odin.
No, it's not.
Is it? Is it going to be Buddy? Are we finally getting her?
You can't see me.
But he's stroking.
I'm doing a mini dab on my chin.
He's stroking his chin contemplatively. Pretty much.
Exactly.
Alright.
Emoji.
Spnan, why don't you share your opinion?
Let's see. I do think there's a major benefit to working on your first character solo, just so you can gain an appreciation for every part of character creation. From like the limitations of and you know the possibilities of Kisake, to how the character editor works, or just the old-fashioned way if you want to do it that way, of building dialogue and generating images and all that. Not like it is kind of a blessing and a curse that pretty much everyone can work on Spnanon. I'm not going to name any names, but let's put it this way. Don't collab with someone who hasn't proven themselves to be competent by themselves. I'm not saying it's impossible for that to work out well, but that would be my advice, is that you should know that like this guy is legit and knows what he's doing before you start, you know, saddling up with them.
Definitely, if you're going to work with someone, make sure you trust them.
Yeah, don't say yes to be like the first Joker
Is
that
this
comes
about
up to you.
me? Is this about me giving that person the Aqua model and then they went fucking insane?
No.
What?
Someone else.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright. Like, I was a bit too eager to collab with people, and I learned my lesson because I made a model for someone and then they went fucking insane.
Went insane.
Okay, fair. But yeah, I definitely agree in that, like, I think that you should at least get to know a person's skill level before agreeing to collab with them.
Yeah. Perhaps.
Is that the Aqua model that I've seen before? Did the person who had that
What?
What happened?
I made a model for somebody, and then they left.
Is that the same? I thought Halo made an Aqua model.
No. That person is still. Yes, Aqua from Kingdom Hearts. The person making Bokuman is not fucking insane. Okay. He's a really cool dude. He's still working on. Bokuman is cool. He's working on Aqua from Konosuba. Halo made a model. I made a model for Aqua from Kingdom Hearts and gave it to someone, and they went fucking insane.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
So definitely don't run blindly into collabs, but if you find somebody you can trust, then collabs are pretty great.
You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with extra. Like this is, you can treat this as Hello, it's my voice. Okay, you can treat this as like a professional thing, and you don't just shack up with the first rando who comes up to you like, hey, can I help? Who the fuck are you? Like I appreciate it, but maybe I don't need help. Maybe, who are you? Can you do anything? And again, at least like try to learn things and show that I can make a model or whatever. Understand how to form a sentence in English before asking to collab with people.
All right, that is all the questions we have. Tim, Tim and Viz, thanks for coming back. It was nice to have you both.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah, I wish so too.
I wish I could have had more time with you.
Spnanon, thanks for showing up eventually.
I took a nap. That was fun too.
And Dead.
Oh, you're welcome. I think I might make a habit of that. I really enjoy talking.
Damn it!
It's straight.
And Dead, thank you for joining us. And as always, thank you, the listener, for listening. That's all we have. See you in the next episode. Bye.